spread the vision through my people, cause we fans are equals. When we reach 20K subs, yeah, we gon' drop a sequel. Another Laker anthem track, watch me run it back. Got the keys to the city where my Laker jack.
What up, Laker fam? It's your boy DTLF back on another pregame live stream. As the Lakers get set to face the Denver Nuggets, we got a very special one today because quite a couple developments for the Lakers. I mean, first of all, we got a brand new starting lineup we're going to talk about. One that I've been wanting, a backcourt that I've been wanting for quite a while. Also, no Russell Westbrook today, obviously. And then Austin Reeves starting in his place. So that has me extremely excited as well. But how y'all feeling first and foremost, man? Want to definitely tap in with my people. Y'all feeling victory tonight? Now, we are going up against the Denver Nuggets. They are 2-2 on the season, so they're definitely a struggling team as well. But yes, she said, yo, Dan, I'm ready for a bloody win. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Laker girl, what up? What up? Let's go, Laker Nation. Listen, Reeves starts in the backcourt with Patrick Beverley. I'm going to get into that a little bit. Also, the starting lineup for tonight, Patrick Beverley, Reeves, Lonnie Walker, LeBron, and AD. So this is the closest to what I've wanted, right, for a very long time for the Lakers to start, minus obviously Thomas Bryant at the 5 and et cetera, et cetera. But I'm excited for this lineup. I think this lineup could stick, especially if they get some success. And mind you, we're still the number 2 rated defensive team through 3 games in the NBA. So we can continue to maybe build on that versus the Denver Nuggets today again. But this is going to be a really, really tough game. Now, there is a rumor I do want to talk about as well. Russell Westbrook wants out of LA per Stephen A. Smith. Now, I'll say this, man. Stephen A. Smith says a lot of things, right? And usually he's wrong about most of them. But I do believe this rumor. I do truly think that, Russell Westbrook doesn't want to be here. I mean, this hamstring injury coming out of the blue, followed by, if you look at his recent social media posting by the Lakers, you'll see Russell Westbrook doesn't look very happy, regardless of whatever the teammates tell you. They're trying to protect him, right? Protect him from what? But either way, they're trying to protect him. And then, obviously, now we get the rumors coming out. So I'm not shocked at all. We talked about this a couple of days ago. But back to the game tonight. Back to, the task at hand. We're going up against a Denver Nuggets team that we know is a very high-powered offense, one of the top 10 offensive teams in the league. They got players like, obviously, MVP Jokic, the Joker, Jamal Murray, who just came back from injury, Michael Porter Jr., who I think might be out tonight. Bones Highland, who always seems to kill us, man. We got to make sure we lock in on him. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. So we're about to face KCP this season, man. And I'm not looking forward to it because these ex-Lakers always tend to, knock us off our high horse. And then Aaron Gordon, who's a wild card. Bruce Brown Jr., who they acquired this offseason, used to be ex-Brooklyn Net, and another ex-Brooklyn Net in DeAndre Jordan with Ish Smith, Jeff Green. And so they got tons of really good role players on that team. So, we'll see what happens with that. But I think the Lakers can win tonight. And the keys to tonight is going to be to continue that defensive pressure. And hopefully with this lineup, with Reeves, Lonnie Walker, Patrick Beverley, LeBron, and AD, hopefully we can space the floor just a little bit better than we have the previous 3 games, right? We're having a historically bad shooting career. Let's see if we can improve with the absence of Russell Westbrook. Now, a lot of people are going to look at this game and they're going to say whether we win or we lose, they're going to either sway one way or the other. If we win, they're going to say, oh, you see, Russell Westbrook was the problem. And although I agree that he's a huge part of the problem, especially his attitude, he's not the only problem. We still lack shooting, and the coaching has to, tighten up the rotations a little bit better and finish with the best team out there. All right. But if we don't win, I also don't want to hear the narrative that, see, Russell Westbrook's the scapegoat. No, it might take a couple games to get rid of that losing culture that we've been building here with Russell Westbrook. So we have to take everything into account, and hopefully we do get a win, though. We're overdue, and I'm going to need Anthony Davis, LeBron James to bring it, Lonnie Walker off the bench, and please, can we get a good game from Kendrick Nunn today? I beg of you, Kendrick. Now, head over to the comment section. I know you guys got a lot to say as well. But are you guys excited about Austin Reeves getting his first start of the season and no Russell Westbrook? Or do you guys think it's still going to be another loss? Very curious, man, getting in here. So, Dan, is your intro song on Spotify or Apple, etc.? No. See, that song, I was just messing around, man, and I recorded it literally from my kitchen. So I just grabbed a little clip that I like, and I utilized it. But that's not even my beat. That was a YouTube beat. When everybody knows when you first start making music, you start with YouTube beats. So, yeah, I cannot monetize that. that song. But I will drop a way better Lakers anthem when I hit the 24K in subscriber count. And we're not far away. We're close to 19K already. So 5K after that. And I'm going to drop something you can bump on Spotify and Apple and all that good stuff. What's up, my boy Randall? He said, Laker Nation, let's get our first win tonight. That's the spirit, baby. That's the energy. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Dan, do you think we will win? Yes. Yes, I do. I think we will win tonight. I think there's a sense of urgency. I really like the response from Anthony Davis and LeBron James post-game after the last loss. And so I think they're not going to let this team lose tonight. Not going to let this team lose tonight. If we win, trade him immediately. Well, we should trade him regardless because you got to get rid of that. You have to understand that chemistry matters, and we're building such a horrible narrative here with Westbrook. The season has become about protecting the baby. Like did he, God forbid it, but did he lose a relative or something? Is this something I'm not aware of, that they're really like babying him this much, even the players? Like, I'm shocked, but I guess it's just indicative of what era we're living in, where you can't even critique a player that plays bad, or everybody's going to coddle him like a big baby, bunch of big softies. But hey, just my opinion. And I'm curious to see how the team responds, after all this coddling. But I am excited to watch tonight. We get to see your boy Reeves and Patrick Beverley in the backcourt, which I've been clamoring for since the offseason. And I hope that it looks as good as I think it will. Excited to see Baby Goat start. Yes, Austin Reeves, he deserves this. Him and LeBron James play really well off of each other. This is a good opportunity for AD to go off against Jokic offensively and defensive-wise. Yes, I'm looking for a big game for Anthony Davis. I picked him up on my all my fantasy leagues, my daily fantasy league. So hopefully he cashes in for me because I believe in the kid. And you know what? I think Stephen A. Smith saying that blasphemous quote he did yesterday on the show is going to light AD up even more. Watch. And don't be shocked if LeBron starts feeding him early on because he needs to eat. Feed the beast. Feed the beast. And put the pressure on Jokic. Get him in foul trouble maybe early and take him out of the game because this dude is a beast, man. Jokic is a monster. He said, actually, I am more excited that Westbrook is not playing to see how it goes. Exactly. A lot of people are, for sure. And we wish him the best. If he really is injured, wish him a speedy recovery. But I am excited to see how the team responds without him, for sure. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of things we have to address. It's not just Westbrook. The coaching needs to sharpen up as well. The rotations towards the end got to be a lot better. And hopefully we're able to floor space a little more. That way the defense doesn't get into their zones and take possessions off. Defensively, you want to make them work. So let's see if we can succeed tonight in that area as well. And, of course, the last two games, we've been taking extremely good care of the ball. Both games we've been under 10 turnovers. If we can do that again, we have a great shot at winning, even on the road. He said Reeves better shoot the ball. Yeah, he's going to shoot it if he's open. I mean, you didn't see that 4-point play the last game that got the opposition out of the zone defense. So he's a capable and willing shooter. He's just a very unselfish guy. And he's always, looking for the best pass to get that bucket, right? He said, we need to play hard tonight, and we have a chance. I agree. He said, Dan, we're getting the win tonight. Our season begins tonight. Remember, that pin it. So Laker Nation, remember this comment. Go Rally Chris, always the prophet up in here, man. I like it. He's always like, pin the comment. Yeah, man, listen, you are not saying anything out of the normal. Everybody wants us to get a win. So I agree, man. Hopefully we do get that win, but it is going to be an uphill battle. Listen, they're not going to roll over. They smell blood, right? They're 2-2 as well. So they're looking to get on track here. And the keys to the game, we got to stop Jokic, man. We got to slow him down a little bit. We can't let him get a crazy triple-double, 30-plus points, 14 rebounds and 15 assists, nothing crazy like that. So because he always ends up killing our defense for sure. Please don't break our hearts, Lakers. Yes. Is Westbrook out still probable? It's likely now. It's looking likely, bro. It's he's likely out, and it looks like the new starting lineup is the one I mentioned earlier. Denver Nuggets, baby, just the guy I was looking for. How you doing, man? We rivals today, bro. He said, sub DTLF, I had to smash the like button. You're a great content creator. Wish your team well, but not against my Nuggets. He said, I'm sure the feeling are mutual. You guys have a good shot at beating us. Should be fun, man. And I appreciate the love always, man. Listen, it should be fun. May the best team win tonight, right? He said, LeBron played bad his last time in Denver. So that means he's due, right? He's due for a good game. He's due for a good game today. What up, Max? How you doing, brother? He said, Ultimate Gandhi says, love to see our young guns taking pride in defense, and the shooting will get better. But we're just a couple of lasers, and we look great. If we make a trade soon, it's going to be phenomenal, I think, because what's going to happen is I think the chemistry will get better. I think the floor spacing will look better. And I think everybody will fall in line. The pecking order is LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and then everybody else. And I think Westbrook, for some reason, doesn't know that pecking order because he's taking the last shot, even though he's, 0 or whatever in the quarter. So you got to know the pecking order, and you got to wait for the best players to get the ball down the stretch in games. And so chemistry will get a lot better, in my opinion, once we trade Russ. But let's see if it happens soon because the rumors aren't too promising. I thought something might happen from Monday through to now, and nothing has happened. So it's always rumors, and now we're gonna wait till we see some results. He said it's true he moved in front of Bron. Is it true he moved in front of Bron? Who are we talking about? He moved in front of Bron. LeBron James is actually 120-point game away from passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Not Kareem. I'm sorry. Karl Malone for the most 20-point games in a career. So I'm excited for him to break the record while getting the win. That way we can actually talk about the record afterwards and give him his props. But just in case we lose, I'm going to give him his props ahead of time. He said, what up, DTLF? Definitely getting a win tonight. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it, Rico. Nuggets beat the Warriors. I'm a little worried. But that's just the thing, Jason. That's just the thing, bro. Every night it's the NBA, right? So any given night, any team can win. And that's the beauty of basketball. That's the beauty of the NBA. You never know who's going to step up and have a big night. It's a league full of stars. Even amongst average people, regular role players look like superstars. So that tells you how talented the league is. And I get it. We have our glaring issues, starting with shooting and all that and floor spacing. But this could be the night that we break the funk, man. And we actually come out here and shoot close to 40%. That would be nice. But also, let's not settle if we start off bad from beyond the arc. Let's put the pressure on the defense, hit a couple mid-range shots, attack the rim, put the pressure on them, have them backpedaling for the majority of the season. That would be nice, man. That would be really nice. He said, Dan, do you want the Hornets deal or not? Yeah. If it's as long as it includes Westbrook, I'll take almost any deal at this point, just so long as we don't get ripped off. But yeah, I'll probably take the Hornets deal right now. I'll be excited if it happened. And remember, we're the number 2 defense in the league, so we'd be bolstering our depth and giving us some actual floor spacing and some actual shooting out there. So that'll be huge for us. We'd probably go from the 30th ranked offense to somewhere in the top 20 at least, and that'll be huge, right? He said, what's better, Terry Rozier and Hayward, or Hield and Turner? I'll still take Hield and Turner if they're healthy. But I'm not mad at Terry Rozier and Hayward. My only concern with them is their contracts. And that's why a lot of fans have said no to that deal. But it's not for lack of talent. Hey, Dan, he said, we heard Russ bought a house across the street from Bron. He didn't just buy the house, man. He built that thing brick for brick. All right. Every single brick of the season, he took it over to the house and stacked it up. So, yeah, he did buy a house. But, I mean, his personal life has nothing to do with what the Lakers decided to do with his contract. Right? He must smell the end of he must see the light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe he has 1 year left in his career after this one, if somebody gives him like a farewell tour or something. But the way he's playing and his attitude, he might not have another contract in the league. So he's getting ready to settle down, and LA is his home regardless, right? So we'll see, man. Big W tonight. Let's get it, man. I'm hyped. Austin Reeves gets to start. Patrick Beverley starts alongside. That's my dream backcourt for this roster, the way it's built, right? The way it's built, we get defense, a little bit of playmaking, and some offense from that backcourt. And then you got Lonnie Skywalker, who's been hooping, right? He's truly been hooping. So I'm excited to see what he brings tonight to the table. Can he continue dropping his 15-point plus games? He's doing phenomenal so far. So let's hope for another big game from Lonnie Walker. And then LeBron James. Come on, LeBron. Big game ahead for LeBron James. Ain't nobody can stop him. Michael Porter Jr. is injured. I mean, who's going to stop him? Bones Highland? He's too bony, pun intended. You can't stop that man. LeBron is too big, too strong, too skilled. So he needs to make sure to expose whoever is guarding him tonight. And but still, feed the beast, Anthony Davis. All right. He's been our best two-way player in the season, which is exactly what we want. Regardless of whatever Stephen A says. I'm gonna start calling him Stephen B because he ain't ace in the test, man. Dan, why do you think when players come to the Lakers, they play bad? For example, Kendrick Nunn and AD, even AD. Good question, man. Well, AD is due to injuries. Plain and simple. When he's healthy, he looks phenomenal. We can't say he played bad. He's had a couple bad games here and there, but most of those are due to lingering injuries. As far as Kendrick Nunn goes, though, he's supposedly healthy and he's not playing good. Again, the lights might be too bright for certain players. Not everybody's built for LA, but it's still early. Kendrick Nunn can still get his game on track, and look for him tonight to give us at least a 10-point plus game off the bench if he takes more than 5 shots. So, that's what I'm looking for. Dan, when is Thomas Bryant due back? Like they said, he was going to be reevaluated in 4 weeks, and that was a week ago. So in about 3 weeks, he will be reevaluated. We should have him at some point in November, though. Hopefully before December. I feel like Westbrook could be great if he let his ego go and accountable. He said to be better his game. He said Westbrook seems prideful in them interviews. Yeah, man. Listen, if he came off the bench, I think that would be a dope ass role for him. He kind of play like the John Wall 6-man role, and then he would actually be a spark, and his mistakes wouldn't be as microscoped as they are, when he's in the starting lineup. And then obviously it'll help us get off to a quicker start too, because the floor spacing should be better by subtracting one of the historically poor shooters this season, right? So it makes too much sense to bench him. And from what I've been hearing, this might be a permanent move. Maybe this is why Westbrook is missing, because he knew he was going to get benched. Maybe the conversation between him and Darvin after last game didn't go so well, so he invented an injury. I don't know. I don't know what he's capable of at this point. But I'll say this, man. It just rubs me the wrong way that the whole world is coddling this man as if he had some sort of a disease, right? They're coddling him like something horrible just happened to him. And it's like all that's happening is he's playing horrible and people are calling him out, rightfully so, right? That historically that has always happened, right? You play bad, they make fun of you. They call you out. All of that comes with the territory. Ask Ben Simmons, right? So I don't see people coddling Ben Simmons. He's taking all the heat. So why shouldn't Westbrook? If you play like crap, you basically going to get the tail end of the treatment. It's not going to be nice, especially here in LA where we want a contender at all times. So I'm getting sick of everybody, including AD, who came out to his defense recently, talking about he was all smiles in practice. Listen, we don't care what happens in practice. If you ain't showing up for the game, we don't give a damn. That's the bottom line, right? Because the Lakers should make the tanking Spurs deal now for only the 1 first and 2 second picks. Yeah, I would do that one as well, especially if you get to keep at least 1 first round pick. I think that one's a gimme. I absolutely agree, bro. Absolutely. He got thumb surgery, right? Yes. We're talking about Dennis Schroeder and Thomas Bryant. Yes, they both have a similar injury. I think it might be the same one. And they should be reevaluated real soon. So, man, I don't know how I feel about this game. Of course, we're going to be nervous, man. We're 0 for 3. So, listen, I'm right there with you, man. I'm nervous, but I'm also excited because this could be the turnaround game, especially if this starting lineup works and the bench comes in firing on all cylinders, and then the Lakers front office eyes open up like, okay, let's get the right role pieces, and we might have ourselves a real contender here, right? So that's just the thing. This could be a monumental game for us, and they were even talking about it on ESPN. They said usually you don't have important games like these in October. They're absolutely right. This could be huge for the Lakers. It could change our fortunes if we get a decisive win here, especially. So, don't look now, but this could be the moment that changes our season. Hopefully. Steve Nash got ejected. Oh, did he? He's fiery like Mike D'Antoni, huh? That's what it is. He said, hoping Pat Bev and Cade Nunn should produce more. Sorry. Offensively, yes. Defensively, I'll say this. Patrick Beverley has lived up to the hype defensively the last couple of games, especially. The first game, he kind of magically disappeared, right? He pulled a Harry Houdini, and I was thinking, is this how it's going to be? He's always going to get in foul trouble? But I'll give him credit, man. The game versus the Clippers and the last game, he did a lot better. But that's still not good enough. If he can knock down some of those corner threes, like they said he was like a 40-plus, like a 39 to 40% career three-point shooter or was it 38%? Something like that. Close to the 40s. Career corner pocket three-point shot. We need to see that translate over here. Right? Lakers need to put some salt on those chicken nuggets today. That's funny. That is funny. Who's starting? Starting lineup for the Lakers. It's going to be Patrick Beverly, Reeves, Lonnie Walker, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. So I finally, my dream comes true of having Patrick Beverly and Austin Reeves in the backcourt. Let's see if they can gel right away, or it's going to take them a couple games to be determined. But I am excited for this starting lineup. Although I still don't like AD at the 5. I still wish Thomas Bryant was healthy so you could throw him there, and then I would bring Lonnie Walker off the bench. I think he's a perfect six-man with LeBron at the 3, AD at the 4. But the way Anthony Davis has been playing at the 5, I'm not complaining. He said, I'm trying to stay positive, but Lakers definitely need to get a W tonight no matter what. Look, it is one of those games where, like I said, it could change everything, right? If we get another loss, then the panic button starts getting hit even more, right? We're going to start button mashing that panic button. But if we get the W, all of a sudden, that number 2 defense ranked in the league looks a lot better. We start looking like, okay, maybe we're onto something here with this new starting lineup. We're going to start thinking a lot more positive, and I'm here for it. I would love to have a positive regular season game. We haven't had one yet. We thought we were going to have one the last game versus Portland, but we dropped the ball big time. Darvin Ham, I'm looking at you, Darvin. Now you got no Westbrook, so no more excuses. Don't drop the ball. Would I make the Pacer trade? Yes, I would. I would, especially if I could throw a protection on one of those first-round picks. Yes, I would. He said Thomas Bryant isn't good enough to start, in my opinion. I think he is good enough. I think he's more than good enough. He might be the missing piece to, he's going to rejuvenate that starting lineup interior defense. He gets up and down the court. I think LeBron would find him for some easy dimes, and he would do a lot of dirty work that Anthony Davis, you don't want him doing throughout the course of the season. So I think he fits in like a glove, personally. Don't be shocked if at some point we get to see that, right? But for now, he's injured, so it doesn't matter what I think. We just wish him and they didn't even get to play a regular season game. So I wish him and Dennis Schroeder a speedy recovery so we can see him on the court. He said, Dan, still no shooting in the starting lineup? Well, actually, Jeremy, I think Austin Reeves provides a little bit of that. He's capable of knocking down a shot or two. So, I say it's a lot better than Russell Westbrook in the starting lineup. I'll tell you that. So don't be shocked if him and Patrick Beverly actually knock down a shot, because the defense won't be able to sag off as much, because they're capable shooters, right? But with Russ, man, they could sag all the way off. They could be at the baseline. They could be guarding Russ from the baseline. He might still blow the layup. So it's a total different scenario tonight, and let's hope that they're able to capitalize on them. Riley Chris says, Dan, I had chicken nuggets just now for some magic of Lakers beating the Nuggets tonight. See what I did there? I see what you did, Riley Chris, but hey, let's not get us ahead of ourselves right now, man. If we start talking smack too early, it might come back to bite us, but I like the energy, though. He said Thomas Bryant would be good in the starting lineup. I agree, Evan. What up, Alex? He said, at this point, I'll just take a solid win, please, and thank you. Absolutely. All we're looking for is a dub. We don't care how we get it. We have to get scrappy to get it. So be it. But we'll take a dub. I don't care if it's nice or ugly. We need that. It'd be nicer if it's nice, right? If we could get a nice little 10-point blowout win, I'd be happy with that. But it's the Nuggets. They're going to be competitive all night long. Dan, did you see the video of Devin Booker and Klay Thompson fighting? Yeah, that was weak sauce, man. I don't like either of those players personally. Both of their play styles bore me. Shooting, running behind screens. Don't send the double team. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like either of those players. So, yeah. He said, Russ be airballing free throws in practice. Yeah, I really don't care what he does in practice, as long as he comes out and he balls out when he's with the Lakers, but he hasn't done that either. He said, watch us blow out the Nuggets. We have the best defense in the league right now. Second best by ranking. But I would love it if that happened, but it's probably not going to happen. They are a really, really good team. All right. They're a really good team. They're probably my dark horse out of the West. If the Lakers don't make a trade, they're probably my dark horse. I'm dead serious, because they have that much depth. It's just, they got to, gel together, and it's going to take like half a season. But that's a scary team with Joker. Listen, their roster, man, is full of talent, and they got a lot of size to match. They got Jokic, Michael Porter Jr., Bones Highland, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who can, defend really well, switch multiple positions. Aaron Gordon, Bruce Brown Jr., another really good, capable defender. Ish Smith, who I like, he always goes off. Jeff Green, more size, and so on and so forth. So we're talking about a team that's very versatile in different positions, and it's going to be a nice little test for us tonight. He said Westbrook should be the successor to Bob the Builder. He said, Dan, it's been impossible to find Laker jerseys in New York. For real, bro? No way. Well, why don't you try NBA.com? You could always find Laker jerseys there. You just have to be checking every morning. I was looking for this hoodie that was all blacked out, and I didn't find it for like a month and a half. But one morning I woke up and refreshed it, and there it was. So just keep refreshing, and hopefully you get one, bro. Hopefully you get one. Is it Gordon Hayward and Oubre are balling right now? Do you like these for trade? Sure. Anything that helps the floor spacing and gets rid of Westbrook, I'm on board for it. I really am. So, again, this could be the start of something special here, Laker family. Like, I'm really hoping that the Lakers find their niche with this current roster is going to play today. And also, I'm curious to see who's coming off the bench now that Reeves is starting and who's going to produce, right? Who's going to produce? That's the real question. Because our bench, let's be honest, it's been weak sauce so far. We're still missing Dennis Schroeder, and we're still missing Thomas Bryant. But Damian Jones hasn't done much. Kendrick hasn't gave us none. The list goes on. I think Juan Toscano has probably been the best one off the bench, and Troy Brown Jr., we've had too much of a small sample size, but I like what he could potentially bring. But I would really love if Kendrick Nunn would show up to the party. Because this dude, man, he's gone AWOL, right? My brother texted me the other day. He was like, what happened to Kendrick Nunn? I called him back. I told him, man, he's devoted himself to becoming a nun in real life. He don't want no part of basketball the way he's playing. Like, this dude has really just went religious on us. Like, he don't want a ball, man. He don't want a ball. So hopefully he can pick that up tonight because we need Kendrick Nunn. All right. We need Kendrick Nunn to turn into Kendrick Some. Give us something, man. Come on. Hey, I appreciate you, Angel. Thanks, bro. That's kind of you to say, man. He said, hey, Dan, just tuning in with Russell Westbrook out tonight versus the Nuggets. Do you feel better, same, or worse about potential upset over the Nuggets? I feel better, Jabari. I feel a lot better, all right, because at least we don't have to deal with the ego and bringing him in and having to, bring him in at the wrong time type of thing. We don't have the dilemma no more, so no excuses for Coach tonight. You better put out the best rotations and really live up to his facts over feelings slogan that he's made infamous recently, right? He said, Dan, what would you ask Stephen A. Smith if you had him on for a few questions? I would ask him if he watches Laker games, because after that little quote he had on Anthony Davis, I would really have to question him. And I would also ask him if it pays more to have hot takes. Is that why sometimes they say outlandish stuff on TV? Like, is that something that, the higher ups request, or is that really how they be feeling half the time? Because, man, they really have too many hot takes. It's like every day they want to put out hot takes, controversial takes, which is good for TV because people will click on those and they'll circulate around the web and people will watch more, right? It even gets to my ears because people tweet them to me and DM them to me and stuff like that. So, it's one of those things, man. I would ask him a lot of questions, actually. He said, Dan, Bones dropped a career high on us last game. He might go off again. Well, remember, this defense is different than the last year's defense. And early in the season, people were telling me this is the exact same team. I kept telling them, nah, we're younger, we're more athletic, and we got more size. It's only a matter of fact of will we use it. So clearly you can see it's already impacting our number 2 overall ranked defense. So this is a much different team, and I don't think Bones Highland, I mean, he has potential. He's a good young player. But will he have the same career night? Hopefully not. He said, Dan, who do you think is better, LeBron or Jordan? Ooh, that's a tough question, man. I'm biased. I'm going to go LeBron. He's a Laker. He's won more championships on different teams than Jordan did, and he's more versatile. Jordan was probably a better killer and scorer than LeBron, but LeBron is a more gifted athlete. More, the longevity award goes to LeBron. His basketball IQ, I think LeBron's is way better. So I would probably go LeBron, but only slightly, because Jordan was a killer, and he's 6-0 in the finals. So it's a very tough one, but that's the beauty of these conversations. You can't go wrong either way. But my real GOAT is Kobe Bryant, right? That Mamba mentality is second to none. So, but if you have me pick between those, I'm probably picking LeBron just because overall his longevity, his career, he still has a chance to win championship number 5 and maybe even number 6. I mean, this dude is an alien. How long is he going to play for? Is he going to play till he's 50? Right? Like, I don't know. He said, did you see Bojan finish with 6 threes and 33 points just now? Man, I was watching that game because obviously I just traded for Trae Young. Check this out. Tell me if it's a good trade or not, guys. I won't mention who I traded with, but I think it was fair both ways. I had the first overall pick, and I traded Giannis Antetokounmpo away because I needed more depth. My players were getting injured, and I got Trae Young, Paul George, who I'm looking to trade immediately. No worries. Who else did I get? I got Trae Young, Paul George. Who else did I get? Oh my goodness, I'm having a blank. I got two. Oh, I got LaMelo Ball, who's injured, so they traded him to me because he's injured. LaMelo Ball and Sadiq Bey from the Detroit Pistons. I gave up Giannis, I gave up Jordan Poole, and I gave up. What else did I give up? I gave up somebody else. I forgot. But yeah, that trade right there, that might win me the league. I might just sit on that trade. I might not do any more trades. So yeah, I did a crazy trade in my fantasy league, and I landed Trae Young, and I was watching him play. This dude was cooking right off the bat. He wants to play hard for DTLF squad. So, Bertha, thank you so much. I appreciate the love, Bertha. I love having you guys here, by the way. He said Kobe definitely ain't the GOAT. I mean, that's your opinion, homie. He's my GOAT. Look at my background. He's my GOAT, bro. And you got a problem with it, take it up with the judge. Thanks, Bertha. I appreciate you. Much love. He said LeBron is better than MJ. He said that with his chest. He said that like Jordan stole something, man. Gotta love it. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think of my fantasy trade? I just want to get you guys' analysis. Should I have held on to Giannis a little bit longer? Or do you think, by trading for Trae Young, Paul George, LaMelo, and Sadiq Bey, I got more than enough? I think I got more than enough. I think I got more than enough. He said that trade would never happen in real life. I know. That's why you got to love fantasy, though. That's why you got to love fantasy. He said this team got potential, but it don't matter if we don't win. That is true. We definitely have to translate our defense and hopefully get some better offense tonight out of this unit. But do you guys buy the rumor that Stephen A. Smith, again, people say Stephen A. doesn't have any sources, but Stephen A. said, and I quote, from what I'm hearing, he practically wants to be gone. I mean, that's not something that, I would, put out of the realm of possibility. I mean, Russ, his body language says he doesn't want to be here. So I think he might be onto something. And if Russ wants to be gone, I think the Lakers will oblige real soon. That makes me really excited. Giannis is my favorite non-Laker player. He is mine too, but I'm trying to win the league, bro. I'm trying to win the league, man. He said, who won the Trae versus Luka trade? I think it's pretty even, believe it or not. I like Luka a little bit better, but Trae Young is a killer, and he's already gotten his team to the Eastern Conference Finals, right? So, and Luka just did the same thing last season. So they're both pretty up there, man, if you think about it, right? Luka got to the Western Conference Finals this last season, and Trae Young the season before that got his team to the Eastern Conference Finals. They're both killers. I think overall Luka's a more complete player, but they're both killers, man. You can't go wrong either way. And maybe Trae Young ends up having a better career. Who knows? Who knows? What up, T? Good to see you, girl. Please demand a trade. Dan, would you meet LeBron James or Michael Jordan? I would love to meet LeBron, man. LeBron has just been he's been an icon on and off the court. And I think that's more important than just on the court. I never got to meet my idol, Kobe Bryant, when he was alive, God rest his soul. But yeah, I would love to meet LeBron. That would be nice because, dude, he just seems like great people. And that's one thing I think we sweep under the rug too much. Like this, we're talking about a billionaire who just hit the billionaire mark, by the way. So congratulations this summer, right, officially. But we're talking about a billionaire that helped his whole community, right, that gives back, right, to the community. He started his own I Promise school. We're talking about LeBron James, who helps out so many charities and does so much work within the community. And also somebody who hooked up his friends. Like, I think that's something, if I was rich like him, I would definitely hook up my friends and family. Absolutely. So I think he's living the ultimate dream. And I don't know about Jordan, what he does off the court, nothing. But from what I've heard, and it's just me from what I've heard, he's not very friendly off the court. So, yeah, I think I'd rather meet LeBron for sure. He said, Dan, I bet LeBron has 20 people in his entourage all the time. That's really cool, man. That's really cool to me. Like, taking care of people is an even higher honor than taking care of yourself. So, that's something I hope to achieve one day as well. Like, that's my dream. That's the dream right there. He said, Russ just entered the arena smiling and dancing, crip walking, but his hamstring is hurt. Get him out of LA. I feel you, yo. I feel you, Jay. I understand your frustration, man. But I can't help but laugh anymore. Like, I'm beyond past frustrated with him. I can't help but laugh at his antics anymore. And you know what? Karma's a real thing. So if you're really doing all this, like, sideshow to the greatest franchise on earth, And you hold no loyalty over anybody, man. If I was his wife, I'd definitely start taking care of my assets, because if you can't be faithful to the best franchise on earth, I don't know about everything else. Just saying. He said LeBron had LeBron's top 5 ever, not top 3. I mean, that's just an opinion, not a fact. I think he might be top 2 ever. I heard Terry is sitting out for an injury. He said, you think something is in the works? It could be, man. All these rumors are starting to kind of, if you piece the puzzles, the pieces of the puzzle together, you start piecing them in there, you start seeing a picture, right? Magical hamstring just popped up. You know, the reports of Stephen A. said Russ doesn't want to be there. Now you got Terry Rozier out as well. When he's been balling, he's averaging like 24 points a game. So all these things together could equate to a trade, or it could just be a coincidence, but I doubt that. So let's see. He said, hey, you're right about that, Dan. He said, I met LeBron the championship year in Cleveland when they came to Vegas. Hold up. He said, at a XS nightclub, and he let me take a picture with him. Super nice dude. Super nice dude, right? And you don't usually see billionaires that are that nice and down to earth. But the difference between LeBron and other rich people is that LeBron really, he appreciates where he came from. Like, if you don't ever forget, that's something my mom always taught me. Don't ever forget your roots. Don't ever forget where you came from, no matter what. No matter how, how much blessings come your way, always remember to give back, and always remember to be thankful for everything you have. So I think that also is something I can relate to with LeBron. I'm also from a single parent, so shout out to my mom. But yeah, LeBron James, listen, for as much as people make about people that don't, grow up, I never even met my dad. So people that don't even grow up with a single parent, they talk about, oh, they're not stable, this and that. You go through a lot, but it really makes you appreciate life even more. I'll say that, talking from a true experience. So I understand where LeBron's coming from. And to be honest, when LeBron first came in the league, I was a huge fan. The first 7 years he was in Cleveland, I was a huge fan. I always used to dream of LeBron and Kobe teaming up. I was like, that's going to be the best duo ever, especially if they're in their prime, right? Now, he didn't come here in his prime, but still, man, we're blessed to watch him. Even now, it's like some sort of different version of the end of his prime, and it's still phenomenal. He said, Dan, if your fan base never saw Jordan play from college to retirement, we'll have a different opinion. GOAT criteria does not include off-court activities. It's all, listen, the GOAT debate is all opinion-based, because a lot of people will say Bill Russell was the GOAT because he had 11 championships. How are you going to debate that, right? If we're talking about, it doesn't, you can't factor other things into the GOAT debate, then you got to be really lenient about everything. If you want to say, okay, Jordan went 6-0 in the finals, Bill Russell has 11 championships. How are you beating that? And I'm not a Bill Russell. I mean, I like the person, but obviously he's a Celtic, so I'm not a fan of his. God rest his soul. But my point is that you can always make a different argument. It's always going to be an objective conversation. My GOAT is Kobe Bryant simply because of his mentality, the loyalty he had to one team, never played for another team. LeBron and Jordan can't say that, right? And just the fact that he was able to rise 2 different teams within the same franchise to championships, to multiple championships. He 3-peated once, and then he 2-peated the second time. That's really hard to do, So again, it's one of those things where it's a debatable, objective conversation, and everybody speaks like it's a fact. Oh, this person's the GOAT, but it's not a fact. It's all opinion-based, because who knows if they would have played in the same era, if that same player you're picking would have prevailed, right? Nobody knows that. It's all hypotheticals, right? The only real way to settle the debate is if they all would have been in their primes in the same era. That's just the truth, that, and so there's no way you can really, truly say this person for sure is the GOAT. You can't say that. You can think that, but other people are going to be looking at you sideways because that's probably not their opinion, right? So Liam Grace, appreciate you, bro. He said, future 2 firsts are important, but Rob should go all in. And if it doesn't work out, we can deal everyone and get our rebuild package back. The last dance. I like what you did there, man, Liam. And listen, there's already rumors circulating that the Lakers might start the rebuild early. I don't believe those rumors. I at least think we're going to give it a shot this season. Now, if this season goes to hell like last year, then maybe there's a chance the Lakers could turn the page and go a different direction. But for now, I do believe that we can, like you said, trade those picks, not worry about future picks. Anyways, the Laker fan base is not a patient one. We had cornerstone players, and we basically wanted them traded for superstars, right? So that's just my issue. Like, we had Brandon Ingram, we had guys like that here on this roster, and we wanted the championship. So the Lakers should focus on free agency and cap space more than they should on those 2 first-round picks. Even though I love young talent and I would love players like Victor Wembanyama to be on the Lakers, because we haven't had a true franchise-changing player that we drafted since Brandon Ingram. And before that, it was Kobe Bryant. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different – it's been a while, right? We deserve to have a young, exciting superstar, but we may get one via trade. You never know. Dan, did you see Westbrook crib walk dancing into the arena? Yeah, this dude he's a little loopy in the head, man. I don't know if he's that mad that he has to go the extra mile to try to make fun of people, and you know what I'm saying. So I'm not sure what the issue is there, or why what he's celebrating about. Maybe he knows he's on his way out and he's happy, or maybe he's just mocking everybody and showing everybody that, hey, or maybe he likes to be the center of attention. Maybe he likes all this negative Westbrook talk. Maybe he feeds off of it. Who knows? You know, people are different. I can't for sure say, but yeah, him crib walking when supposedly he has a hamstring injury, that's crazy. That tells me one of 2 things: either he didn't want to play for us anymore, or the Lakers told him to stay away. You know, they're gonna make up some sort of injury because they're gonna try to trade him. One of the 2. You know. He said, "How'd you feel about the Beverly statement for patience?" I mean, look, we've been as patient as we can be, Pat. You know, you were talking all that mess about if you were on the roster, it would be different. We need to see actions now. That's the bottom line. So I'm not mad at it, but he better, you know, make do what it do and make sure that he, you know, lives up to his hype, because he put his own hype around himself. And maybe the Lakers front office bought that hype. That's why they traded both Stanley Johnson and THT for him, right? But so far his defense has been good, so I can't even be mad at that. I cannot be mad at that. The game is about to start. It starts at 7, but I appreciate you, Bertha. Thank you. He said, Dan, hermano, hope you've been well. I've been doing good, Brayden. How you doing, bro? How you been, man? Serious Alex says, Dan, my top 5 all time is MJ, Bron, Kareem, Magic, and Kobe. 4 Lakers, by the way. Love it. Mine is very similar to yours. It's very, very similar to yours. He said, why can't Westbrook take his job seriously? He's listen, we live in an era where if an athlete gets paid, he already feels accomplished. Okay. It's all about money now. That's a sad truth. It's about money. There's very few superstars that actually care about winning. There's very few superstars like LeBron and Anthony Davis who care about winning. A lot of this modern day era stars, they're just happy as long as they're getting paid. $47 million. Don't get it twisted. I'd be smiling too, but not when we lose or when I'm supposedly injured, right? It's different. Do I think AD can eat tonight? I know he will. I know Anthony Davis is going to go off. I picked him up in my fantasy lineups. I know he's going to go off for sure. Man, y'all cap for Reeves so hard, SMH. I don't know what that means. We're capping for Reeves. We're not even talking about Reeves. What does that mean, bro? Is it Dan, as a teammate, what personally do you like the most from Kobe or LeBron's approach? 2 different teammates, right? LeBron James is a great teammate in a sense that he's he leads by example, but he's not as outspoken. He doesn't really hold his team too accountable. Like, he'll hold them accountable from time to time, but he lets the coaching staff do that. You know, he's more of like, I'm going to lead by example, and it's going to be good vibes. You know, I'm going to give my teams gifts and treat them right. I'm going to treat them like my friends. Kobe Bryant's approach, I think I respected a little bit more, because he was like, he ain't taking no BS. If Russ was on his team, he'd probably be smacking him upside the head. I'm not even joking. He probably would have fought Russell Westbrook if he was crib walking on his court when we're losing 0-3. So remember how serious he was when Jordan Hill and Nick Young were celebrating after a win in a losing season. And it was just one win, but it was a losing season. He was not happy. So I think he set the bar really high for Laker fans, right? We now come to expect all superstars to not smile, to not have fun when they're losing, right? And LeBron James said it best, though, and I do appreciate that he said this. He said he's pissed off. We've been losing, of course, but you know, he's going to leave all that frustration on the court, and you know, when he walks out of the stadium, he's going to be, you know, himself, happy family man, which is fine. I'm fine with that. You know, so it's 2 completely different approaches, and I respect them both. They're both great leaders. You know, LeBron James has led 3 different franchises to championships. That's not by accident. You know, his leadership definitely pays off the way he does it. You know, I appreciate you, Benaiah. I appreciate you so much. God bless. He said, YouTube blackballing your channel. Didn't see your live till I looked up and I'm subbed and notice on. Dang, that's messed up, bro. That is messed up. And you know what? I even added a countdown to have people. But usually, this is how I'm gonna let you know. I try to be on schedule. I was a little late today, but usually I go on live for my pregame an hour before the actual game. So always like just have that in mind if you want to catch my pregames and my post games. I always go on right after. So 1 hour before the game and then post game right after. If you have that in your head, then you don't even need the notifications. But I appreciate you for showing up anyways and letting me know, because that's truly helpful information. My day ones, man. OG Monster. Appreciate you, man. Ozzy, thank you so much for super chat, bro. He said, I really want the Lakers to do the Hornets trade. I just want the Lakers to do a trade, brother. But I feel you. A lot of people been, rooting for that trade because it does give us youth. It gives us, wing depth, and it gives us shooting, which is the most important thing. So I understand. I definitely understand. I feel you there. And you know what? If they do that trade, I'll be excited. I will be. But also if they do the Pacer trade, and also if we do a Jazz trade, the Jazz have some good veterans. There's the reason they've been winning. Dan, it's hard to watch Laker games without getting furious. I know, right? Especially when we had a lead in the final 4 minutes and we lose the game. That ruined my whole day. I'm not even going to lie. My family was looking at me like, what's wrong? I'm like, my bad, y'all. It's not that I'm not frustrated or nothing. It's just the Lakers, So it does impact me, believe it or not. Even though I have a very strong personality, I don't let a lot of things impact me. But when the Lakers lose in that type of heartbreaking fashion, it is really hard. It truly is. And it's been hard the previous years, even in the tanking years. It was really hard. You said any game time snacks or meals? Not today, Mick. Not today, brother. Not today. He said, what trade you making, Dan? I would make the Pacers trade as long as we don't have to give up 2 unprotected picks. If we can put a protection on one, I'm making the Pacers deal. Otherwise, I'm going with the Charlotte Hornet deal because I think we definitely don't have to give up 2 first-round picks for that. Dan, did you do the keys to the game already? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that now. Thanks for letting me know, Tasia. Keys to the game tonight. I'll say, since we're going up against the Nuggets, we got to try to limit, Jokic to not getting a triple-double, like a crazy one, like 30, 15, and 15. Something like that, and it's almost a guaranteed loss, all right? One man, in this case, the Joker, can kill us. Secondly, let's continue to limit those turnovers. And third, hopefully we knock down some shots. Now, obviously, the main key to the game is to continue to build on that defense, though. That defense that we're number 2 ranked, and that has me really hyped. I'm getting jitters just thinking about it because defense leads to championships, and if we can just fix and correct, whether it be via trade or lineup adjustment or, starting lineup change or whatever, if we can fix the floor spacing, this team can ascend to new heights. But I think after a Russell Westbrook potential trade, it's going to take us there, Tasia. So thank you for reminding me about the keys of the game. I almost got off without telling you guys that. That's what's up. See, you guys are the real MVPs. So much love to you guys. Barry, I'm just going to call you Barry, bro. Your name is hard to say. He said, I'm Prime Westbrook done. Is Prime Westbrook done? Will he keep sucking? Oh, yeah, I think Prime Westbrook was done since last year, man. I think, and this is a problem the Lakers always have. I have an issue with it. We always tend to trade for players when they're already over the hill, right? They're already on their way down. So we did this with Steve Nash, right? So we got Steve Nash and his back wouldn't hold up. He couldn't play more than 20-plus games. We've done this in the past with other players as well. And we've also gotten lucky with some like Meta World Peace. We got him in his final 2 good years, right? Before he started, his production started falling off. So we've gotten lucky with that. But I wish we, and I really like what we did this offseason. We got a bunch of youth. Hopefully we can re-sign some of these guys back and not let them go like we did Malik Monk. Like I would love to bring back Lonnie Walker, guys like that, right? So hopefully we keep building on that. Great questions, by the way. Great questions. Am I on Spotify? I'm not on Spotify at the moment, Bertha, but that's something I might look into. That's a good idea right there. I might turn this not just into live streams, but into podcasts as well. But I haven't looked into it. I haven't had the time. But you know what? I appreciate all the suggestions. Strictly Buckets. Appreciate you, brother. He said, hey, Dan, bro, I'm a big fan of yours. Hope you're doing well. I need to pick points, rebounds, and assists for a bet today. Help me, please. I value your opinion. Points, rebounds, and assists. Oh, that's a tough one, Strictly Buckets. Do you follow me on Twitter? Because I could probably help you out on there. I can't think of off the top of my head, like who's playing, like who's up, like who are the options? I need to see everything, brother. But I'd love to help you. So if you follow me on Twitter, just DM me over there. If you don't, points, rebounds, and assists. I'm going to say for this game, you can't go wrong with the Joker, right? If you're going for points, rebounds, and assists, he basically fits in like a Cinderella shoe, right? He's just perfectly fit, like a slipper. So yeah, it's one of those things. And who else? Who else would be good for point? I mean, LeBron James, points, rebounds, and assists. Also, AD. I suspect he's going to have a big game. So hopefully those 3 suggestions helped you out. If not, you could always hit me up on Twitter, brother. Also, I do prize picks. And I did a video earlier today, like around 3 p.m. So you can check out that video as well. I covered, some of those stat lines as well, man. So I do appreciate you, though, bro. Thanks. He says, sign Lou Williams. Nah, I think he's over the hill as well, man. I think he's over the hill, unfortunately. What up, T? She says, D, when I see my mom again, I'm going to add your channel so she can watch and listen to your streams. She's a Laker fan, too. I appreciate that. Much love, T. Thank you so much. That's really kind of you. Man, the love you guys be showing me is second to none. Second to none. Now, hopefully Kendrick Nunn can show up today, too, now that I remember. Dan, you're awesome. Let's get that dub. Salute, Lakers, and thank you, brother. He said, so are the Lakers going to trade for KCP and Kuzma or for Reeves and Hayward? I don't think either. We should not trade Reeves. Reeves is going to be a good ball player. Listen to me when I tell you guys this. Reeves is going to be a really good ball player. Sorry, Dan, I was doing homework. What did I miss? Well, I'm about to get off. You caught me a little late, but you could always rewind this video, man, for sure, once it posts on the stream on my channel. But just to recap, basically we get a brand new starting lineup, right? That includes Beverly, Reeves in the backcourt, Lonnie Walker at the 3, LeBron, and then Anthony Davis. And then on top of that, we get no Russell Westbrook. So that's the biggest thing you missed, man, if you don't want to rewind the video. But if you do, don't forget to hit that like button. Anyways, I appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. I'll see you guys here, hopefully at the half. If I can't make it for whatever reason, because I got to run out for an errand or something, then I'll see you guys for post-game recap. But thank you guys so much. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you already haven't with that post-noti bell, man. I'll catch you guys after the game. Go Lakers, baby. Let's get this dub.